Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be taking inventory of my body care. And I decided to just strictly do body care in this video. So this one is not going to include makeup, it's not going to include skincare, and it's not going to include hair care, but it's going to just pretty much be everything else. And the reason I decided to do that is just because the body care is honestly my favorite category. So a lot of you were watching my eliminate my stash video on my old channel, and I just wanted to kind of do like an updated like where I'm at with my products on this channel. Now, the difference is going to be though, I'm not going to be doing like a project use it up with these products at this point. I have dwindled down quite a bit from my previous videos, and I'm super excited about that. So I'm actually allowing myself to start kind of rebuilding my stash at this point. So I wanted to get like a baseline of as far as where I was starting, because I am just curious to see how many products I bring in over a certain amount of time and how many products I use up over a certain amount of time. So that's kind of why I'm doing this. And I'm thinking I will probably do updates on like the numbers, maybe every season or every other season. So obviously, since this is the summer edition, I'm either going to do another one come autumn, or we may wait until winter, depending if I'm going through a lot of products and bringing in a lot of products, we'll do one every season. But if I'm not, if the numbers aren't changing a whole lot, then we'll probably just do every other season. So anyway, without further ado, let's jump into the inventory of my body care. So let's start with bar soaps. So first off, I have this 12 pack of the Dial Gold bars, the antibacterial, and then I do have this 2-pack. One of them is already been used, so there's only one left in there. And then this is what I'm actually currently using in my shower. It is one of the Dove pink bars. And then I have these two like handmade soaps. These are from a company off of Etsy called Succulent. I don't think that they are still up on Etsy anymore, but they made really good soaps. But I do have the Summer of Love soap, which is raspberry and patchouli. It's a goat's milk soap. And then also the Ipanema Girl, which is pineapple, banana, Brazilian sea salt, olive oil, and hemp oil soap. This right here is a handmade soap from a company called His Daughter. And I think this is the rosemary mint fragrance. It smells amazing. So I haven't tried it yet, but there is that one. And then I have two of these Pears brand mint soaps and a Dove Sensitive Skin, and then an Olay Ultra Fresh. So the starting numbers for the bar soaps are 21. We're starting with 21 bars of soap. Moving along, we are doing body washes next. And I have this Native Fresh Peach Cupcake, a Bath and Body Works Midnight Spell, and then this mini Trader Joe's candy cane. So body wash is one of those things that I've really dwindled down. I used to collect body washes, and I am down to just these 3. So the starting number is 3. Next, we are moving on to body scrubs. So I have this Aveeno Daily Moisture Body Scrub. This one is very fine grit. So I don't really use this as a body scrub. I actually use this right now as like a shaving type gel. So it foams up and it does exfoliate like a little bit because it has tiny granules, but then I just use it for shaving. And then I have this His Daughter Honey Champagne Sugar Scrub. And this one I actually only use on my hands and feet. I don't use this when I'm in the tub or the shower just because it is very oily and I don't want to make the tub or the shower floor slippery. So I'll use it like as a hand exfoliant just at the sink before I put on lotion, or I use it like when I give myself a pedicure. So that's what I use for that one for. And then I have the Tree Hut Moroccan Rose and the Tree Hut Raspberry Fizz. Tree Hut they make my favorite body scrubs. Like I've never found another body scrub that I like as much. It is a nice heavy duty exfoliant and it does not have like an oil to it, so it doesn't make the tub slippery or anything like that. So that is definitely my absolute favorite. And honestly, I don't think I've ever had a fragrance from them that I didn't like, but my absolute favorite fragrance is the Moroccan Rose one. So here we are with the body scrubs and exfoliants, and we are starting with 4. Next, we are taking a look at shaving creams, or like what I use as shaving creams. So to start, we have these 2 Pure Silk shave creams. This is the coconut and oat flower. I really do not like this, so I'm just trying to finish it up and be done with it. And then what I actually prefer to use are whipped soaps. So I have 3 of the full size. They're whipped soaps from His Daughter. So the first one is pumpkin latte, and then I have warm vanilla sugar and winter morning. And then I also have this like stack of sample sizes of the whipped soap from His Daughter in different fragrances. And usually I can get like 3 to 4 uses out of each of these like smaller containers. So that is it for the shaving creams, and in total I have 10. So the starting number is 10. Okay, and moving on to body oils. So first off, I have this large Skin So Soft from Avon. This is the original bath oil. And then I have the Dr. Teal's Moisturizing Bath and Body Oil and the Sleep Blend with Melatonin. The Alba Botanica Hawaiian Body Oil with Kukuinut. The Trader Joe's Lemongrass Coconut Body Oil. The Now Solutions Sweet Almond Oil, and then this very last one, this is a funny one. This is from when I used to make my own like body care, and this one is one of my absolute favorites. So I have just like, I don't know, been saving it, which is really silly. I need to just use it up, and honestly I need to just start making my own stuff again. But that is the body oils that I have. So the starting number for that is 6. Okay, so now moving on to the like body lotions, creams, and body butters. This is actually a 2 shelfer. So this is one of my largest like categories, I guess. So first up we have the Vaseline Almond Smooth, the Vaseline Calm Healing, and the Vaseline Cocoa Radiant. Down below, we have the Trader Joe's Stone Fruit, the Trader Joe's Pineapple Bergamot, and the Trader Joe's Lavender Santal. We have the Baby Magic Calming Baby Lotion, the Tree Hut Lavender Body Butter, and then the Trader Joe's White Gardenia Body Butter. Moving down here, we have 2 of the like super big Jergens Ultra Healing. We have a tub of the Cetaphil Moisturizing Cream, the Hemp's Sweet Pineapple and Honey Melon, the Johnson's Vanilla and Oat, and the Johnson's Shea and Cocoa Butters. And then on the very end here, we have the His Daughter Pink Peony and the His Daughter Country Apple. So for body lotions, creams, and body butters, the starting number is 17. Next, we have fragrances. So we are going to start here at the top. These first ones are all Bath and Body Works. So I have the Violet Lily Sky, White Citrus, Blueberry Sugar Pancake, Hello Beautiful, Twilight Woods, Sea Island Cotton, Everlasting Magic, Cucumber Melon, and Midnight Spell. And then this next bunch is all of the Gail Heyman Delicious. So I have the Very Very Strawberry, Be My Honeydew, Pick Me Up Pineapple, and then we will come down here, Crazy for Cotton Candy, All American Apple, and this smaller of the Cool Caribbean Coconut. And then we have in the Body Fantasies line a full-size vanilla, and then 2 small of the Sweet Citrus and the Lilac. I have a collection of the small Yardleys. There's the English Lavender, the Summer Breeze, and the English Rose. This is the His Daughter Island Margarita, a YSL Mon Paris, a Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Crush. And then the rest of these that I have are all like sample sizes. So we'll actually start back up here. So we have the Nest Madagascar Vanilla, Dolce & Gabbana Devotion, Mugler Alien Goddess, Burberry Her, Juliet Has a Gun, Ralph Lauren Romance, Philosophy's Amazing Grace, YSL Libre, Giorgio Armani My Way, and then this is the Valentino Donna Born in Roma, the Victor and Rolf Flower Bomb, and this is Chloe. I guess it's just Chloe. There's no brand. And then Carolina Herrera Good Girl. So I actually did count all of the like the samples as part of the fragrances. So including the small sample sizes, I have 37 fragrances to start. Okay, and then now I am here with the last two categories. So first is hand creams. I have two of these Trader Joe's Orange Ginger Ultra Moisturizing Hand Balms, and then a Trader Joe Forest Fig and Blackberry Ultra Moisturizing Hand Cream, and then this Vaseline Intensive Care All-Purpose Cream, which I think you can use as a body cream also, but I just use it as a hand cream. So for hand creams, I am starting out with 4, and then for foot creams, I have this Soap and Glory Heal Genius, the Burt's Bees Coconut Foot Cream, and then this Sumax Peppermint Foot Cream. So for my starting numbers for foot creams, I have 3. So that was everything. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So at this point, like I said before, I'm not really doing like a project, use it up. I'm just going to allow myself to use whatever products that I want and kind of just do like what I'm in the mood for and enjoy what I have and not worry too much about like using everything up right now. As far as collecting and stuff though, I have like, as I was going through, and a lot of the categories you'll probably be able to guess, like my absolute favorite categories that I still want to continue collecting in. I definitely like bar soaps. That's like a huge thing that I want to continue collecting. I really like body scrubs and exfoliants. I really, really love lotions and fragrance, which is probably no surprise to you guys because those were the two biggest categories. And I really do like hand creams and foot creams, even though those categories are actually on the smaller side. So those are the categories that I think I'm really going to continue to collect in, whereas things like even like body washes, there are a few body washes that I have like on my list as far as that I would like to try, but as far as having a huge collection of body washes, I just don't feel like I need that. Same thing with body oils. I feel like I can have just a single like unscented oil to kind of add to my lotions to up the hydration and also to give like the fragrance lasting power. So I don't feel a need to have a bunch of random body oils and different fragrances unless it's like a perfume oil. If it's a heavily fragranced oil, that's a completely different story. When I used to make my own like body products, I did body oils and I did perfume oils, but even my body oils, you could wear them alone and not even need to add a perfume because I made sure to put enough fragrance in there. I would totally be okay with using those, but a lot of the oils that I have are not very highly scented and they just, to me, they're not adding enough to make it really worth it. Whereas it would be much easier to just have like the sweet almond. I have that little, the Now Solutions, the small sweet almond oil. I use that quite often with lotions. If I want the lotion to be a little bit more moisturizing, I'll just add a few drops into, you know, like the squirt of lotion that I'm about to apply to my body, and that does enough for me. So I'm not really, I guess, at this point collecting oils either. So yeah, we'll see moving forward. And then the other thing is fragrances. And maybe you guys can like make suggestions for me, or maybe you have a view on this too. I feel like my like Bath and Body Works fragrances, I have like such a love-hate relationship with them because I feel like I will put them on and 2 hours later, I can no longer smell them. However, I have been around people who are wearing Bath and Body Works fragrances and I can still smell it on them, hours later. So I don't know if I just am like, after wearing it for so long, I have become nose blind and so I just can't smell it on myself, or what the deal is. I do feel like being able to pair the fragrance, sorry about that, you guys, there's a truck going by. And it's actually beautiful today, so I have the windows open. But I feel like when you pair the fragrance with the lotion, you definitely get a little bit more staying power. And currently, I don't have any Bath and Body Works lotions. Obviously, you guys just saw. So I don't know if that's part of the problem, or like I said, I don't know if I'm just like getting nose blind to my own fragrance, because I have actually told people like, "Oh, you smell so good," and they will say that they are wearing a Bath and Body Works fragrance. So I'm like, well, why does it smell so good on them and then I can't smell it on myself? So I don't know moving forward what to do about that. Like I feel like Bath and Body Works is like a very, like, I don't want to say low end fragrance. I would maybe a mid-grade fragrance. But I wouldn't even put it as high as like a mid-grade fragrance. I feel like with Bath and Body Works, you're getting kind of like drugstore fragrance. But what gets me with it is if you get it on sale, you can get it for a really good price. They have such a huge selection of fragrances, which I love because I tend to get bored very easily using the same fragrances over and over. So having a wide variety is really, really good for someone like me. And then I also just get hooked with their packaging and all of their like new releases and like their collections. It's just one of those things that it's a fun thing to collect because there's so many options. So that's one of those things that moving forward, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, especially once I have actually used up all of my Bath and Body Works fragrances. Knowing me, like come, some semi-annual sale, I will probably hit it and get a bunch of fragrances again. And then we'll have this whole debate again, a year later after I've done that, because I feel like this is always a debate. But anyway, that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this. Comment down below and let me know if you take an inventory of your products, and if you do, let me know some of the numbers that you have. I feel like going through an inventory and everything also made me excited to use some things too. So I feel like sometimes, our stuff gets shoved on a shelf and we don't necessarily look at everything that we have. And when we actually spread it out in front of us and like, I actually literally wrote everything down, I feel like that like reinvigorates everything and makes me excited again. It's like I almost just went shopping all over again. And so now I'm excited to play with my stuff. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys very soon.